Some violence in Hong Kong escalating over the weekend as activists armed with makeshift weapons threw Molotov cocktails and fired arrows at police. Meantime, a court ruling that the government ban on wearing masks at protests is unconstitutional. And NBC's Matt Bradley joining us right now live from Hong Kong. His evening, our morning. I'll say good evening to you, Matt.
Good evening to you. Now, this siege has lasted well into the evening. Last we checked, there were hundreds of protesters still holed up inside this university, which is just actually right beyond these buildings here. As you can see, there's a police line here. They're not letting us get any closer. It's our understanding that some of these protesters have gradually been being let out. They're being treated for injuries and illnesses. Some of them have complained of injuries from the violence, but also from hypothermia from the water cannons that were employed yesterday against the protesters. All of this really came to a head very early this morning when the police launched a pre-dawn raid trying to retake this university. We saw some really dramatic images from these hundreds of protesters who used this university as kind of a citadel or a fortress. They actually mixed their own cement on the grounds and built up walls around the university. They made homemade catapults, as you mentioned, bows and arrows. And one arrow, went through one of the police officers' legs. And then just today, police have said that they consider this and other acts like throwing Molotov cocktails at the police to be murderous acts. And that's why it's unclear whether these protesters who are being let out of the university, what they're going to be charged with, if at all. A lot of these protesters in recent months have been charged with rioting, which is a very serious crime here in Hong Kong, and it carries a sentence of up to 10 years in jail. So imagine that against some of these people who are really just teenagers. So this is going to continue on. We're seeing that these hundreds of people are not able to leave the campus. It's unclear whether the university officials are going to succeed in their negotiations with the police to create some kind of deal, some kind of amnesty to finally bring this, one of the most violent chapters of a now nearly 6-month-long crisis here in Hong Kong, to a close.